We're back on Timeless Performers, and you know, we've talked about everything except wardrobe, your goals, and what is the hardest thing as far as wardrobe? To find somebody to do wardrobe, the expense of it. What if your budget is slim but none? What do you do then?
Kathryn, most people who work in wardrobe know what that's like. So they really understand, and they want to be a part of a great production. So they're going to generally try to work with you, which is fantastic. It's such a great community of folks. So we've been really fortunate to have some fantastic people. On the last movie that I produced, we had a gentleman named Donnie Hollywood McFinley.
Oh, wow, what a name.
And Hollywood is totally fitting for him. He is wonderful, and he did a great job. And he also had a wardrobe assistant who is actually a high school student named Sarah Abi-Rashed, and Sarah did a fantastic job also.
Well, you know, it's exciting because I think the field for design, which you like to design and you'd like to, we'll talk about that in a minute, is so exciting to be a designer and to work on. I mean, think about some of the costumes and the wonderful things that they've done for some period shows. They have to really research that. Now, wouldn't that be a fun thing to get involved in?
It would be fun to play a role like in the 1800s, like a young girl who had to wear like a girdle and all these different things.
Oh yeah, they were constricted.
Yes, they couldn't even show their ankles, so.
Right, so that's got to be a little hot, especially if it's hot on the set, right?
If you're down south working on your garden or something, you're probably going to sweat into a bucket.
Yeah, that's true. So let's talk about if you had to design a wardrobe for that young girl, where would you start? And where would you find fabric? And what would you do?
What I would start with is first I would get the little girl's measurements first. Right. And then I would probably start with the underneath garments and everything underneath that has to go under the skirt and the girdle and all that. So, I mean, and then I would have to go find all these different stores and everything, but in the end, the payoff is unbelievable.
Right. Going to the Oscars, to the Emmys, what does that feel like? If either one of you been?
No.
I haven't been to the event. I've been to where the event is held in Hollywood, and I love it. Actually, I'm a big fan of Hollywood, even though it's not what people think.
Right.
It's much less glamorous than people think. I've spent quite a bit of time in Hollywood, so I really love it over there. And it even has that vibe year-round, which is really spectacular.
Especially where they have the actual Oscars. I stayed right in the hotel right next door to it. So we were doing an audiobook. Actually, we were doing an audiobook with Joe, and I ended up doing a portion of that audiobook, and actually the author ended up doing the audiobook instead. And you know, it was really amazing to have him feel as an author that feel the Hollywood feel, to go to an audio studio, to meet people, to go on the air in radio out there, but to actually see where Bob Hope lived, or to go to the studios and see what it's like. Now you're going out this summer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're going to be out there auditioning, taking workshops, studying?
Basically, I'm just going to use the time I have and try to get involved in what my career and what I want to do. Basically, anything that'll lead me to success, I will be doing.
Now, you're really bright in school. Am I correct?
Yes.
What would you, now, a lot of actors and actresses have another job besides being that actor. What would you like to do besides that?
I would like to sing, as well as probably write.
Okay.
Because singing and acting have both been talents that came at the same time for me. Singing may have been a little younger because I didn't start watching things until I was a little older. But I mean, they came together. So singing as a career other than acting, it would be absolutely phenomenal for me, as well as writing.
Right. Now, if you had to have a real job, another job besides all of that, what would you like to be? You're studying in school. Are you studying something, is it science, or is there something else that you, I mean, I know my race car girl, she loves racing, she loves to be in races, but she also has another thing to support herself, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what would that be?
I guess history, but I mean, like, writing and designing. Designing would be a very good career choice for me as well.
Okay, all right, so that's what you'd like to do, right? Right. But you're still 14, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you got a long time. Michael, what would you do?
Yes. I would produce.
Produce.
Yes.
And did you get to that point because you started not producing first? You did what?
Correct. I was actually in the business world for a lot of years and was mostly successful, but learned so much. And that's what I found that I bring to the table on productions, is because most creatives don't have the business background.
That financial part of it.
Correct.
Which is really important. So, you know, that part of it's going to be really important for you. It's like, you know, when you had your first lemonade stand, did you have a lemonade stand?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Maybe you need to do a lemonade, so I'm just teasing. But what did you do to earn money? Did you do that?
I had a very clever way of earning pay. I mean,
Okay, let's hear this. Okay, come on. Let's hear it.
basically, I mean, like every time.
Babysitting?
Yes.
Okay, what's wrong with that? That's great.
Yes, but the thing is that when I would babysit, and then basically the kid would babysit me. It would entertain me as well as babysitting. So I mean, it was weird, but basically it was babysitting.
Well, you can engage children. And if
Yeah.
you can engage children, then it's a joy to watch them, and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm getting paid for this.
Yeah.
True. That's good. Entertaining children, maybe being an actress that also teaches kids. What about that?
Well, as teaching in what like degree?
I mean, working with kids in films
That
are
would be
younger
fun.
than you.
That would be
right?
fun.
That would be fun, right? And I think that there's some possibilities coming up that you're going to be doing, that you're going to be that, and mentoring them is, in a sense, because if this is their first time, you're a little nervous on the set or whatever it may be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you might get the jitters, or you might whatever. And so helping that child to feel like they're part of the family that we talked about, is that good?
Yeah.
You like that idea?
Yeah. Like yes.
What about following someone that's in production, in costuming, and actually helping them create a line of clothes? What do you think of that?
That would be fun.
Right?
Yes.
Do you like to doodle?
Yes. I'm not very good at it.
No,
but
I doodle too. So, I mean, that tends to be a creative person that, you know, that you can think way ahead of yourself. It's like being an author, you know what the end's going to be, right?
Actually, many books that I have read, actually I have a habit of guessing the ending, and sometimes being able to get it correct. But it's just fun to read a book as someone who loves to write, and be able to
figure it out.
To figure it out, yes.
I tended when I was younger to go to the end. Today, I have to hold myself back, but that's the point that I love so much, is getting, and sometimes characters really, you know, sometimes authors really amaze me.
Plot twist.
Right?
Plot twist.
Right. So, we're running out of time, believe it or not. This has gone really fast, hasn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. very
Time
much
flies
so.
when you're having fun.
So what is your website that we can go or look at your trailers or whatever, Michael?
Sure. Right now it's www.actormichaelloos.com.
And do you have any trailers out there?
I don't have any trailers on that site just because I mostly manage that site. But
Right.
we've got some coming up. I've actually got a web manager coming on board.
And do you have a Facebook
I do.
and
I
a
do.
LinkedIn?
I, of course, LinkedIn.
Right.
We have Facebook under actor Michael Loos
Right.
also.
Now, I know Kelsey's working on her Facebook right now, and she's got a trailer. They have a trailer out
Yes.
and Turn on the Sun, and that's under what, Luck Films?
Actually, yes, it's under Luck Films, but actually now if you just go to YouTube and look up A Turn in the Sun, it actually will appear.
That's really important. And, you know, when is your film Actor Contrition that I was in as an extra? When is that?
We expect that to come out in October.
Okay.
And actually, we think that it's going to premiere in New York at a
Wow.
Faith in Film film
great.
festival.
Great.
But we think that it's going to premiere at theaters in October.
And don't forget, I want to say thank you to both of you. Like I said, we've run out of time and we have to say goodbye. And thank you very much for joining me today on Timeless Performers, and I'd love to have you back. And don't forget to go to our website at KathrynRaaker.com to see everything that's happening with us. KathrynRaaker.com, and we'll see you next time on Timeless Performers.